Local perspective from both parties before the debate. We're hearing from two analysts on what each candidate must do.
News 8's Katie Wisely spoke with them. Both sort of echo what those poll numbers show, that there's a fairly small group of undecided voters in play, Katie.
Yeah, Scott, good morning. Ready or not, it's here. People are already voting across the country, likely those who have already locked in their position and knew who they were going to vote for a long time ago. But both analysts tell me there is a small segment of society that may switch their vote based on what happens tonight. Now, our first analyst, Pete Seat, a former White House staffer under former President George W. Bush. He says President Trump needs to focus on the future, both defending his record and the economic recovery the country is experiencing right now from COVID-19, plus focusing on the future of what a Joe Biden presidency will look like. Seat says a lot of voters know Biden is a guy who gets along well with others, and he's not Trump, but don't know what policies he is advocating.
So the president is going to need to take that case directly to Joe Biden and be aggressive in doing so and try to throw Joe Biden off his game. You know, we know that Biden is not the best of debaters. He is rather shaky on a debate stage. He tends to cut himself off mid-sentence. And he likely, although he's preparing for this, may not be able to weather those attacks from the president, who I think we can all agree is rather aggressive in his messaging.
Our second analyst, Robin Winston, former chairman for the Indiana Democratic Party. He says Joe Biden will focus on health care and having health care access for people across the country, plus the decision on the Supreme Court, which Winston says is related to the Affordable Care Act. There is a hearing for it 1 week after the November election. Winston says the president has had 3.5 years to do something and hasn't.
If you are indeed a person who's concerned about protecting those with pre-existing conditions, hearing Joe Biden talk about how the Obamacare and how he was there at ground zero and made sure those protections were put in will differentiate itself from Donald Trump, who has campaigned against dismantling this from the beginning.
Both analysts agree that tonight's debate is the most important one, and this gives voters the chance to see how both candidates interact in person just 6 feet away. Now, the vice presidential debate is next Wednesday, and it will take place at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Katie Wisely, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.